Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel Chemistry by ANR. Today we are going to discuss about the periodic classification of elements, the groups and periods, how are they aligned, what are blocks, S block, P block, D block elements and their significance. So let us explore a new concept, that is periodic classification of elements. Hello everyone. Our discussion today is regarding the classification of elements in the periodic table. Periodic table में बहुत सारे elements दिखते हैं हम सबको. उसका एक पैटर्न है. ऐसे एलिमेंट्स जो डिस्कवरी हुआ है एक के बाद एक, जैसे डिस्कवरी हुआ है वैसे उसको पोजीशन मिला है ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ सर्टेन रूल्स. तो पहले तो डॉबिरिनियस ट्राइड को देखते हैं. डॉबिरिनियर वाज द नेम ऑफ द साइंटिस्ट जो कि एलिमेंट्स को ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ एटॉमिक मासेस सजाए थे एंड केमिकल प्रॉपर्टीज. तो उनको क्या मिला था? 3 एलिमेंट्स उनको ऐसे मिला, ग्रुप ऑफ 3 एलिमेंट्स जिनको हम ट्रायड बोलते हैं, जिनका सिमिलर केमिकल प्रॉपर्टीज है, वेयर द एटॉमिक मास of the middle element is approximately the average of the atomic mass of the other 2 element. मतलब जैसे 2 ट्रायड का एग्जाम्पल था, एक था एल्कली मेटल का और दूसरा था हैलोजन का. तो एल्कली मेटल में लिथियम, सोडियम, पोटेशियम एटॉमिक मास के अनुसार अगर उसको सजाया जाए तो देखा जाता है कि सोडियम का जो एटॉमिक मास है वो एवरेज ऑफ लिथियम एंड पोटेशियम है. लिथियम का 6.9 है और पोटेशियम का 39.1 एटॉमिक मास. तो दोनों का एवरेज 6.9 प्लस 39.1 बाई 2, ये था 23 अप्रोक्सीमेटली, जो कि ट्रायड के अनुसार, डॉबिरिनियर के अनुसार ऐसा अगर ट्रायड फॉर्म होता है तो बीच में जो एलिमेंट है उसका जो एटॉमिक मास है वो एवरेज ऑफ द अदर 2 है. वैसे ही ब्रोमीन का एटॉमिक मास 79.9 था जो कि एवरेज ऑफ क्लोरीन एंड आयोडीन का था एज पर ट्रायड. लेकिन कब तक ऐसा चलता? This was not applicable for all elements, could not be applied for all elements. Only कुछ elements को देखा जाए तो ऐसे होता है. लेकिन डॉबिरिनियर का जो काम था पूरा हम रूल आउट नहीं करेंगे क्योंकि ये एक प्लेटफॉर्म है जिसके ऊपर बाकी सारे साइंटिस्ट, न्यूलैंड और मेंडलीव, जिन्होंने काम किए थे. तो न्यूलैंड लॉ ऑफ ऑक्टेव बोल के, ऑक्टेव क्या होता है? नोट्स होता है, म्यूजिक का नोट. सा रे गा मा पा धा नी सा. तो यहां से शुरू करेंगे तो सा और सा जाके फर्स्ट और 8th नोट में आके मिलते हैं, जो कि ये काफी चाइल्डिश माना जाता है. फिर भी as per the law of octave in 1865, elements were classified based on their increasing atomic masses. और देखा गया है कि every 8 element had similar properties to the first, जो कि म्यूजिकल ऑक्टेव के जैसा लगता था. एवरी 8th नोट इज अ रिपीटेशन ऑफ द फर्स्ट. जैसे मैंने बताया सा से सा, ये कैसे होता है? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8. तो सा से शुरू होके सा में खत्म. तो फर्स्ट एलिमेंट एंड द 8th एलिमेंट हैज सिमिलर प्रॉपर्टीज. इसके अनुसार ऐसा था, लेकिन ये बहुत ही चाइल्डिश था, ये सब में नहीं हुआ था. इसीलिए देखिए एप्लीकेशन देखिए, लिथियम फर्स्ट एलिमेंट, 8th एलिमेंट सोडियम. तो लिथियम और सोडियम में सिमिलर प्रॉपर्टीज पाया गया है, बट इट डिड नॉट वर्क वेल बियॉन्ड कैल्शियम. कैल्शियम तक फिर भी चलता था, लेकिन उसके बाद ये नहीं चलता है. जो अनडिस्कवर्ड एलिमेंट है, जब डिस्कवर होंगे तो उनका पोजीशन कहां होगा ये भी क्लैरिफाई नहीं था. आयरन, कोबाल्ट, निकेल का इनके अनुसार अगर सजाया जाए तो इनके ग्रुपिंग भी सही नहीं था. इनके बाद जो डिस्कवरी है वो है मेंडलीव्स पीरियोडिक लॉ. इतना लंबा सा नाम है मेंडलीव का, रशियन केमिस्ट, एंड द पीरियोडिक लॉ और पीरियोडिक टेबल ऑफ एलिमेंट्स का क्या था? द फिजिकल एंड केमिकल प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ एलिमेंट्स आर पीरियोडिक फंक्शन ऑफ देयर एटॉमिक मासेस। फिर से एटॉमिक मास आया, फिर भी थोड़ा बहुत इनका जो ग्रुपिंग था सेंसिबल था, क्योंकि व्हेन एलिमेंट्स वर अरेंज्ड इन ऑर्डर ऑफ इंक्रीजिंग एटॉमिक मास, देखा गया है कि एलिमेंट्स विद सिमिलर प्रॉपर्टीज अपीयर एट रेगुलर इंटरवल। तो रेगुलरिटी देखा गया है, एलिमेंट्स वर अरेंज्ड फिर से इंक्रीजिंग एटॉमिक मास, तो यहाँ पे कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ ग्रुप आया। सिमिलर एलिमेंट्स जो प्रॉपर्टीज में सिमिलर है वो सेम ग्रुप्स में आया और वो कॉलम अरेंजमेंट हुआ। तो ये कॉलम और रोज का अरेंजमेंट आया था, ये ग्रुप्स और पीरियड्स का अरेंजमेंट आया था, और गैप्स भी छोड़ा गया था जहां पे अनडिस्कवर्ड एलिमेंट्स, लेफ्ट ब्लैंक स्पेसेस फॉर अनडिस्कवर्ड एलिमेंट, जहां पे गैलियम और स्कैंडियम बाद में आया था। तो ये सारे अचीवमेंट था अननोन एलिमेंट्स का, वो एका एल्यूमिनियम और एका गैलियम, ये सारे स्पेसेस वहां पे थे। फिर लॉजिकल स्ट्रक्चर आया क्योंकि ग्रुप्स और पीरियड्स में डिवीजन हुआ। लिमिटेशन भी था क्योंकि इट वॉज बेस्ड ऑन एटॉमिक मास एंड नॉट एटॉमिक नंबर, इसीलिए कुछ हद तक जो सिमिलैरिटीज देखा गया है, कुछ गैपिंग बाद डिससिमिलैरिटीज भी नजर में आया है। पोजीशन ऑफ हाइड्रोजन वाज नॉट क्लैरिफाइड, आइसोटोप का पोजीशन क्या होगा वाज नॉट क्लैरिफाइड, फिर से कोबाल्ट और निकेल का पोजीशन में प्रॉब्लम था। तो ये फाउंडेशन था मॉडर्न पीरियोडिक टेबल का, इसीलिए ये इंपॉर्टेंट है। और मॉडर्न पीरियोडिक टेबल जो वर्क था मोजली का, हेनरी मोजली 1913 में, ये जो मेंडलीव का टेबल था उसमें ग्रुप्स में ग्रुप 1 एंड ग्रुप 2 एलिमेंट्स का ये सारे पोजीशन देखा गया है। और सिमिलर प्रॉपर्टीज वो एलिमेंट्स का जिनके सेम ग्रुप में है, लिथियम, सोडियम, पोटेशियम, रुबिडियम, ये सारे ग्रुप्स में जो रखा गया है सिमिलर ग्रुप्स में, ये प्रॉपर्टीज सिमिलर है, मतलब ये सारे जो है इनके प्रॉपर्टीज सिमिलर थे। उसके बाद आता है मॉडर्न पीरियोडिक लॉ, मोजली का लॉ 1913 में। सबसे ज्यादा अचीवमेंट जो था कि ये तो फिजिकल एंड केमिकल प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ एलिमेंट्स आर पीरियोडिक फंक्शन ऑफ देयर एटॉमिक नंबर्स। और ये एटॉमिक नंबर क्या था? एटॉमिक नंबर वाज इक्वल टू द नंबर ऑफ प्रोटॉन, जिनके वजह से ये एटॉमिक नंबर का सिंबल Z एंड इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन का भी सेंस कॉन्सेप्ट आया था। तो ये देखिए एटॉमिक नंबर ऑर्डर ऐसा था। सिमिलर अगर वैलेंस इलेक्ट्रॉन है तो सेम ग्रुप में रहेंगे एलिमेंट्स। और पीरियड्स का क्या था? हॉरिजॉन्टल रोज वर पीरियड्स, वर्टिकल कॉलम्स वर ग्रुप्स। और ये है इम्प्रूवमेंट, जो इम्प्रूवमेंट जो लूप होल था उसका सल्यूशन ऐसे हुआ है। फिर उसके बाद जो स्ट्रक्चर बना वो था 7 पीरियड्स था, हॉरिजॉन्टल रोज ऐसे 7 थे और वर्टिकल कॉलम्स 18, सो 18 ग्रुप्स एंड 7 पीरियड्स था। इनमें से मेटल्स, नॉन मेटल्स, मेटलॉइड्स भी इंक्लूडेड थे। और स्पेशल रोज था लैंथेनॉइड और एक्टिनॉइड्स का, जो कि F ब्लॉक एलिमेंट्स थे। लिमिटेशंस क्या है? पोजीशन ऑफ हाइड्रोजन, स्टिल इट इज डिबेटेड, yet it got a special position. Lanthanides and actinides were shown separately or can't predict properties of actinides or super heavy elements. Cause of periodicity in periodic table क्या था? वो repetition of the chemical and physical properties of elements at regular intervals in order of increasing atomic number. Increasing atomic number electronic configuration का similarity के कारण क्या था? valence shell का similarity के कारण क्या था? ये सिमिलैरिटी के कारण एलिमेंट्स को ग्रुप्स में रखा गया है जिनके प्रॉपर्टीज मिलते जुलते हैं। Due to the repetition of similar outer या valence shell configuration of elements as of their when they are arranged in increasing order of their atomic number. फिर देखा गया है कि मैजिक नंबर्स बोल के कुछ है जो कि 2, 8, 18, 32 ये ऐसे इंटरवल्स में एटॉमिक नंबर्स के इंटरवल्स में पाया गया है कि सिमिलर प्रॉपर्टीज है एलिमेंट्स का, तो ये नंबर्स बन गया मैजिक नंबर्स। जब आपको लॉजिक नहीं मिलता है तब मैजिक मिलता है। उसके बाद लॉन्ग फॉर्म ऑफ द पीरियोडिक टेबल जो कि हमारा मॉडर्न पीरियोडिक टेबल है। It is based on increasing atomic number and electronic configuration के similarity के basis पे। The physical and chemical properties of elements are periodic function of their atomic numbers, जहाँ पे 7 periods horizontal rows है, first period to 7th period, 18 groups vertical columns है 1 to 18 and blocks में divided है S, P, D and F block elements। 118 elements were discovered and hydrogen got a special place over here। तो block wise division कैसा था? S block elements था groups 1 and 2, P block elements groups 13 to 14, D block elements groups 3 to 12, F block elements were given separate position, lanthanoids and actinoids। तो special features था same group elements are having similar valence shell electronic configuration and hence properties were same। Now properties change from periods left to right। Atomic size, ionization energy, electronegativity ये सारे periodic properties है जो कि period wise और group wise कुछ trend दिखाते हैं। Noble gases group 18 elements, they have full valence shell electronic configuration and they are very stable, they are unreactive। तो ये तो थे advantages of long form। क्या क्या? Based on atomic numbers, it is not based on atomic mass, a clear classification of elements based on their metallic, non-metallic and metalloid properties was seen। Then they were classified on the basis of electronic configuration, valency made sense। So these were the elements, see the elements how the electronic configuration came, see 2s1, 3s1, 4s1, 5s1, 6s1 and 7s1 ये सारे ग्रुप 1 एलिमेंट्स है जिनके आउटर शेल इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन सिमिलर है। तो ये सब जो है दे आर ऑफ ग्रुप 1 having similar valence shell electronic configuration। This is the long form of the periodic table। अगर आप इसको ऐसे पूरा देखें तो ये लॉन्ग फॉर्म ऑफ द पीरियोडिक टेबल है। इसको थोड़ा जूम करके आप देखिएगा, इसका इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन, ग्रुपिंग, व्हाट ब्लॉक एलिमेंट्स, ऑल डिटेल्स आर हियर। So just see it after zooming। Now the number of elements in different periods, इसका कुछ तो कॉन्सेप्ट है, कुछ तो फंडा है। वो क्या है? जैसे कि फर्स्ट पीरियड में वैलेंस शेल इज n is equal to 1, orbitals being filled is 1s। 1s can hold a maximum of 2 electron, so there are 2। n is equal to 2 principal quantum shell, इसके लिए क्या है? L can have atomic structure of atom में हमने देखे हैं, it can have orbital 2s and 2p, s can hold maximum 2, p can hold 6, so it has 8। So likewise we have 2, 8, 18, 18, 32 and 32 because here we have certain exceptions। After 3s 3p 3d is not filled, 4s is filled, so highest principal quantum number becomes 4 and for that reason it is the 4th period। Next you see after 4s 3d 4p 5s is filled, so highest principal quantum number is n is equal to 5, goes to the 5th period, that's why it goes on in this manner, 6s and 7s, so 6th period and 7th period। So this is the significance of groups and periods in the periodic table। I have already told you that same number of valence electron means same group and they are vertical column, like that there are 18 vertical columns। and same number of electron shells, valence shell, energy level, the principal quantum number, highest principal quantum number gives you the period, and horizontal rows. Like that there are 7 horizontal rows. So these are the significance of groups. We can see similar properties, similar reactivity like that. Group 1 elements known as alkali metals, group 2 elements known as alkaline earth metals, and this goes on. The significance of period, go through the notes. You will get it in the description part of my video, the entire board work and the notes you can access. This is the nomenclature of elements of atomic number greater than 100 as per International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry, IUPAC. There are certain rules where you see that if a digit to name mapping is there, if a digit is 0, it is having a root name nil, 1, un, 2, bi, 3, tri, 4, quad, 5, pent, 6, hex, 7, sept, 8, oct, and 9, n, E-double-N. What is the rule? You write the Greek or Latin root first. It needs to be written for each digit of the atomic number, followed by yum, I-U-M. Yes, it sounds yummy, but it's not yummy, it's yum, I-U-M at the end. So avoid the repeating letters. Like if it ends with bi, again you are giving yum, please drop one I. If it ends with tri, you are giving yum, drop one I. So examples are given for 104, that is for 1 it is un, for 0 it is nil, for 4 it is quad, so un, nil, quadium. But you have a repetition of n over here and it will remain. So the symbol is first alphabets like U, N and Q. So that gives the symbol. Similar is the example with 118 un octium, UUO is the symbol, 115 un pentium, UUP is the symbol. So these are the classification based on blocks. We can see S block elements on the extreme left, having the general electronic configuration NS1 to 2. We are having P block elements and they are on the extreme right, having the general electronic configuration NS2 and P1 to 6 on the extreme right. That is group 18 is my noble gas with completely filled electronic configuration. And S and P block elements are collectively known as representative elements. And when there is a transition from a metallic character in S block elements to a non-metallic character in P block elements, it is the D block elements which is in between, as if it acts as a bridge between the metals which are on the extreme left to the non-metals which are on the extreme right. So they are known as transition elements, and they have a general electronic configuration n-1 d1 to 10. The last electron enters the d subshell, which is penultimate subshell, n-1. If n is the ultimate shell, n-1 is the penultimate shell. Next we have F block elements, which are the inner transition elements. Anti-penultimate shell is filled up, n-2F is filled up. In the last electron enters the anti-penultimate shell, which is n-2F. So the general electronic configuration goes n-2F 1 to 14, n-1 D 0 to 1 and ns2. We can see that the penultimate shell remains incomplete over here. These are the properties of S block elements. See, whatever I have said, it includes the alkali metals, alkaline earth metals in S block. Last electron enters the S subshell, and these are the general electronic, I will say general characteristics, that they have low ionization enthalpy. Of course, they have low ionization enthalpy because their atomic size is large, and so less energy is required in order to remove an electron. And since easily electron is removed, they are highly electropositive and highly reactive. The common oxidation states are +1 for alkali metals, plus 2 for alkaline earth metals. So this goes on for p block elements. Last electron enters the p subshell and general electronic configuration ns2np126. Exception is helium. We know helium has a duplet configuration. It doesn't have a p subshell. 1s2, it is completely filled, and so it is the noble gas configuration. Now the group numbers in the P block are 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 and 18. Non-metallic character increases as we move from left to right because the tendency to gain electron also increases. So most of them are non-metals. And next we have D block elements where the penultimate level n-1 is filled up. At the last electron enters n-1d. So the general electronic configuration is n-1d 1 to 10, ns 0 to 2. So this includes what? 3 series, the first, the second and the third transition series, the 3d, 4d, 5d series. And groups 3 to 12 it covers up. These are the general characteristics of D block elements, where we can see D block elements have variable oxidation state, they form colored complexes, they exhibit paramagnetism because they have unpaired electrons, so they are paramagnetic. They have catalytic properties on account of their small size, large surface area, at times small size. When I'm telling, of course, they are larger than that of the P block elements, but smaller than that of the S block elements. They form alloys, like brass we can see is an alloy of copper and zinc. They are good conductors of heat and electricity. So, transition elements, why they are known as transition elements, I have told you, because there is a transition from the extreme left metallic character in the periodic table to the extreme right non-metallic character. So they are known as transition element. Zinc, cadmium and mercury, they do not have incompletely filled D subshell. So for that reason, their penultimate shell is fully filled and they are not considered as the transition element, though they are D block elements. F block elements have the last electron entering the anti-penultimate F subshell, n-2 F subshell, having a general electronic configuration n-2 F 1 to 14, n-1 B 0 to 1 ns2. And there are two such series. The first series is the series that follow, the elements that follow lanthanum, having an atomic number 57, known as lanthanoid elements. The second series follow actinium, that is the elements following actinium, atomic number 89, and they are known as actinoids. Remember that F elements, F subshell can accommodate a maximum of 14 electrons, so there are 14 elements each in lanthanoids and actinoids. The general characteristic of F block elements are these: having variable oxidation state, high melting point, high density, capability of forming complexes and colored complexes, of course. Remember that the actinoid series are all mostly radioactive elements. Next, please note that the position of hydrogen is having a special one. It is at the middle of the periodic table because it has resemblance with group 1 elements, because it is having 1s1 configuration, electronic configuration, also resemblance with group 17 halogens. Why? Because it needs one more electron to attain the noble gas configuration, which is helium duplet configuration. Just like group 17 elements, they have NP7 configuration, getting one more electron. They have NP5 configuration, getting one more electron. It will get noble gas configuration NP6. So hydrogen has resemblance with group 1 as well as group 17. So it is oriented at the middle position of group 1 and group 17. Group 18 elements are the inert gas elements, the noble gas elements. They are also known as aerogens. Group S block and P block elements, they together form collectively known as representative elements, and they are the main group elements. D block elements are the transition elements. F block elements are inner transition elements. And remember that F block elements that are after uranium are trans-uranium elements. Now, these periodic table elements on the extreme left, they have greater metallic character, and almost 78% of the elements are metals. They are on the left side and center of the periodic table. So I can say the S and D block elements, they mainly form metals. And the P block elements on the extreme right side, almost 20 non-metals are there on the top right hand side. And somewhere in between, in a zigzag manner, there are the metalloids. They are the borderline elements showing some properties of metals and some properties of non-metals like silicon, germanium, arsenic, antimony, etc. Now, there is a rule of predicting the period, the group, and the block of a given element. Stepwise, we need to see. For that, first we need to chalk out the electronic configuration of the element and see the highest principal quantum number or the valence shell for the period number. The highest principal quantum number or the valence shell. And next is for the group or for the block. For the block, we will see on the basis of the last electron entering in which subshell. That will tell you the block number. If S, then S block. If P, then P block. And if D, then D block. How to see the group number? That's the trick. You know, S block elements are group 1 and group 2 elements, where the group number is the number of valence electron. For group 1, it is NS1. For group 2, it is NS2. So we will see the number of valence electron for S block elements. For P block elements, you know, they come in the periodic table after S block elements and the 10 groups of the D block. So number of valence electron plus 10 will give you the group number for P block elements. And for D block elements, it is the number of electrons in the N-1D subshell plus NS subshell. Let us see this application of the concept. See this example where you are supposed to find the electronic configuration and predict the period, group and block. So atomic number 16, 37, 30, they are given. Let us see one or two examples. First, we need to chalk out, I said, the electronic configuration. So for 16, this is the electronic configuration. Following, we know we have done structure of atoms, so we know how to fill the electrons. So this is it, 3s2, 3p4. That is the highest principal quantum number. So we will say period number is 3 or third period. Last electron is entering P subshell, so block is P. And group number for P block, it is what? 10 plus number of valence electron. Number of valence electron is, here we can see 3s2, so 2 and 3p4, so 4. Number of valence electron is equal to 2 plus 4 is equal to 6 valence electron. So 6 plus 10 gives us the group number, which is 16. So like this, we have other examples as well. For this, let me see atomic number 30. Atomic number 30, this is the electronic configuration. Following all other rules, Pauli's exclusion principle, Aufbau principle, Hund's rule. Let us see that after 3s2, 3p6, it is 3d10 and 4s2. But the highest principal quantum number over here is 4s2. So we will say the period number over here is 4th because valence shell is the 4th. Last electron is entering the 3d10. So for this, I will always insist, please write the electronic configuration in the order of the electron entering. Like 3p6 ke baad 4s2 and then write 3d10. Then you'll remember that the last electron is entering in the 3d. So last electron enters in 3d. For that reason, we will say the block is D. And for D block element, the group number is what? Number of electrons in n-1d and ns. So n-1d, let us see n-1d, that contains 10 and ns contains how much? 2. So 10 plus 2 is 12. So that is how you are going to predict the group number, the period number, and write the block and electronic configuration. Key concept is the electronic configuration. So please study structure of atom properly such that you can write the correct electronic configuration. And that's all for today's session. We will be meeting again in the next session with a new concept, that is periodic trends in properties. Thank you all of you. Hoping to meet in the next session. If you like my video, do like, share and subscribe. Thank you. Tata.